Hey everyone, how's it going? Moto Lab Dirtbikes.com, hanging out with the shop dog, our buddy Maggie here. So we're just going to go over something that we provide to you obviously for free. Shoot us an email, or if you see us at a race, come say hi. Me and my wife Amy, dog Maggie, and Coda. So we got suspension checklists, what to look for, and how to fix. So the idea is that you want to take the time, go over your bike, make sure all systems are working good, things are adjusted properly. You know, even if you had the best suspension in the world, if you had rusty clapped out bearings, that isn't going to do you any good, right? Let's run through this real quick and just want to go over, first and foremost, general bike setup, setting the rider sag to spec, whether it's a spec that we provide you if you've had your suspension done with us, or just, I always like to recommend, consult your manual. Most of the bikes out there, they come from the factory, right? Don't quote me or hold me to this. It's around 165 to 187 pounds with gear. So definitely don't want to get lazy in this. Get your gear, get your Camelback full of water, your tool belt or whatever. Step on the bathroom scale, or just put the bathroom scale on your gear bag next time you get geared up. You don't want to spend all that money, come this far, and then just be pissed off at your bike, you know, only to find out that, you know, the springs just aren't rated for that, and it's just choppered out, and you're taking all the weight off the front end, and it's busy and just beating the crap out of you and snow plowing through turns. All right, number 2 is going to be tires. So check the tire compound or type, make sure it matches your discipline, right? You don't want to take a motocross tire with 15 psi and go out and ride hard enduro with it. I see it happen, and it sucks, and I feel bad for those guys, man. You just don't know if you know, and it's just really a long day out there. Lots of pushing. I'm not one for pushing too much these days. So, figure out what you're going to run. Make sure you got the right durometer, the pressures, right? Whether you're running tubes, tubeless, bib moose foam inserts, all that stuff. I mean, I guess you could jump on the internet forums and watch people have a pissing match over which one's the best. Whatever you want to do, just consult your buddies, or hey, drop us a line. We'll, you know, give us our give you our 1.5 cents on it. All right, suspension linkage. When was it last serviced? So if you got a brand new bike, you don't have to worry for a little bit, maybe 15 hours. Bearing condition, grease type. If you've got an aftermarket link on there, a lowering link, bad idea. Changing the geometry, extending that pull rod on there will lower it, but it does nothing to reduce the amount of travel. And I've seen where the aftermarket stuff it leaves these big old gnarly skid marks, or just punching through the air box on the other side. People ride moto with the stuff. Not good. You know, once again, right? You've changed the geometry. I'm not going to get into all the different stuff, but it's just no bueno. So, all right, chain and sprockets, tension, lubrication. It's more often than not that I see where, you know, you kind of come over like, that's good, whatever. You know, be diligent about this stuff. Take the time to go over it. I mean, there's a reason why those engineers spec those numbers out. Just get your tape measure on it, make sure it's good. If that chain is too tight, I've seen it more often than not, is going to really affect your suspension performance. Think of it, when you're full shred mode, you're coming out of a corner and you're on the gas, and that chain is just twice as tight as it should be. That thing's going to be bucking you all around, upsetting the balance of the chassis, and not to mention it's going to create an enormous load on that countershaft bearing and prematurely wear it out. So check that stuff, super important. And the last thing I want to touch on about that is the location of the axle. For example, if you're experimenting with sprocket sizes and it moves that axle forward, the linkage bikes can be a little bit more forgiving, but if you're on a PDS bike without linkage, forget it. Both of them, just make sure that it's within the range, consult your manual. If not, I mean, I've just kind of found this out again, right? Sometimes those life lessons pop back up. experiment with a different sprocket size. Rode a friend's bike who had a very similar setup, and I had to laugh to myself because, you know, you think you'd know better by now, but hey, we all slip up, that's fine. Got a 1 link longer in the chain, longer chain, and then we're back to super plushville. Alright, so bearings, that stuff seems obvious, but spend some time with your bike, flip-flop the bars around, make sure that, you know, you could get the bike on the stand, grab the lugs from under here, shake it, flop it from back and forth. There's torque values, there's personal preference settings on how tight or how loose you like it, what you want it to do, but do your due diligence there. Last but not least, things to check: fluid, viscosity, type, age. There is absolutely no sense in trying to adjust your suspension if you have some beat, clapped out fluid with the wrong springs in it. It'll be like a dog chasing its tail. It's just senseless, and you're just going to end up pissed off and frustrated. So think about that kind of stuff, and it'll really save you a lot of time, headache, and frustration. So head over to motolabdirtbikes.com. Happy to email you one of these guys here. If you see us at a race, stop by and say hi, and more than happy to catch up with you. You know, if you're an old friend or customer, we love to talk to new people too. And it's just all about having fun out there. Remember, if you don't already know, if it's not about having fun, then what are you doing it for anyway? So have a great time out there, guys. We'll talk to you soon.